Hey, welcome to another episode of What Have You Learned Today? What's up, Mike?
What's going on?
You cuzzo. We haven't done one of these in quite a while.
Uh-huh.
I guess the learning
About a month.
surpassed
About a
our
month.
thinking.
Yeah.
So, how would you learn today, Mike?
Well, this is really gonna be on you because you're gonna learn something today. Because
Oh, I'm gonna learn something today. Okay. I ain't mad
you
at
gonna learn
that.
something. Because for our listeners, Chalk just hit me with a question like, she kind of late, fam. Like she talking about um is this ghosting thing, is this a new trend? And no, ghosting not new. It's not new at all.
Well, I know it's not new, but it's taking on a different form. Like, people are crashing out about this ghosting.
Oh,
Like,
see, now you didn't say that part. So, what do you mean exactly when you saying, you know,
like they
people are
crashing out.
crashing out?
Like legit, I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and
Uh,
she told me this guy had ghosted her. They've been talking for like a few weeks, and they were gonna go on this date, and then all of a sudden he ghosted her. Like they had
really?
a whole date planned, yeah, a whole
Yeah, break it
day
down.
they were
Break it
gonna
down. I
spend
want to hear this
together.
story.
I mean, this is as far as I know. They were about to go out. They had everything planned out. They was excited about it, talking back and forth. She was, just conversing about it plainly. And then the day of, ghosted her, deleted her, blocked her, like everything. And they had been talking for several weeks. I want to say at least three weeks, no more than like six. But
Three
like
weeks.
yeah, at least 3 weeks. It was probably no more than 6 weeks, but it was at least 3 weeks they had been talking back and forth or whatever about, their first date and what they was gonna do and what planning everything, so they can
Yeah.
link up and hang out and get to know each other better. And then
Uh,
boom, ghosted. Then I'm over here on Twitter
mm.
and I see this other post and this girl's crashing out about getting ghosted on the day of their date. Like, what? It's taken off. I mean, she crashed out.
On the day of the date?
Yeah, same thing with my friend
Damn.
yesterday. The day of the date, she got ghosted. And on this video I saw, same thing happened. So I was like, I told my friend yesterday, I was like, well, maybe, you know, they were chat GPT dating you. I said, what'd you
What
like
does that
about them? Well, I asked her what she liked about him. She said that he had like some riz. He had some charisma about himself.
mean? Yeah,
He was
Bridge.
real
Yeah, I know what
suave
Bridge
through
is. Real.
text messages and on the phone or whatever, what have you. But then I told her that he probably chat GPT'd you because he probably was talking to you through chat GPT.
You could.
Asking chat
I don't
GPT
know about
like
that.
she
I didn't know
said
that you could
this.
do that.
Yeah, you can. You can do anything on chat GPT, bro. And
That's
she,
crazy.
I just wanted to make her laugh. I just wanted to try to, get her out that mode she was in. And
Mm.
it worked. But then I seen this video today about this girl getting ghosted on the date of, like, and within the hour of their date, this mug just ghosted her. Like, what's up with that?
Okay, so
Like, is
my
this
first question
something?
is. My first question is, no, I mean, I just want to say, is it something about them or their character, or maybe, you know, the type of what they might be asking for, or the things they might talk about? Like, what kind of people are they? You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of a loaded question because
Well, if you've been
I
talking
know
for a while,
I
you
don't know
probably
no
know who
guys
they
that's
are.
just, huh?
If you've been talking to somebody for a while, I'm pretty sure you kind of know enough to be able to want to go on a first date.
Yeah, and I don't know why they would you know, like bail out of that or ghost basically.
I mean,
Um,
it's literally if you go to Twitter or TikTok or whatever and you punch in first date ghosting, it's a trend.
don't
What they
make me
doing?
but some of them might be doing that just for content too, because
Well, no, I mean
everybody is.
these are people that are on here boohoo crying, crashing out about getting ghosted on the first date.
So it's. I mean, some of them still might be acting though, but I mean, if we.
Okay. You already know Mike is on his go. He
You
hopping
said I'm
fences.
already what? My bad, y'all. I'm at work.
He hopping fences.
I'm your new mailman. No, no,
Your
he at the door.
mailman's here. I have
I'm
a
I'm your
package
mailman.
for
But
you.
no, but as far as that's concerned, that's the only thing that I could think of that would be a reasoning for ghosting. Like, even though I think they should just be man enough to say, like, hey, we've been talking for this and this and that time, and I come to the decision on my own that I don't think we gonna really rock because you know I'm looking for this, this, that, or I realize that you want a real relationship, and I ain't ready for that because it's either one of the two. It's either you ain't feeling her, or you think you ain't, you think you can't vibe with her. But I can't speak for them. You know what I mean? Because I ain't. If I ghosted somebody, it was a reason. You know what I mean? Like for instance, you know who. I ain't even got to bring her name up, so let's not do that.
All right.
But when I had my accident at the crib, when I was, yeah, being drunk, and I tripped over my weights, and I hit my head on the
Busted yourself
one of
up.
the weights. Yeah, I look
Boom.
like old boy in boxing. Rahman, for those of
Man.
y'all that know who
Nah, it was
that
more
is.
like the Elephant Man, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I had a huge lump on my head, fam. But yeah,
Look bad.
I'ma just make it simple. I placed the call, um, uh, and she just hit me with, she hit me with oh, I'm helping my friend move, and I told you the story, like,
Yeah,
um,
but that wouldn't that be
talking
different
about
than
talking
kind of
about.
ghosting?
I'm just throwing it out there so people understand what a good ghost is,
But ain't
But
that different than ghosting though? Because you already know this person.
I mean, but you can still ghost somebody that you know.
Yeah,
Like
but
right now, if I didn't talk to you no more after today, that's ghosting.
okay.
Like for no reason. If I didn't say, oh, I'm about to,
We
you
ghost
know,
each other
I'm
a
about,
lot
I'm
though.
about to, yeah, yeah.
We do. Like we could talk every day for like 6 months and then not talk to each other for like 4 months.
I mean, but that's different. We not ghosting each other.
What are we doing?
I mean, if you a real friend, you going through the ebbs and flows of life.
Right. So
Especially if you a man. Like as men,
I
like
think that's
you know what I
different.
mean? Yeah, like Neil for instance, he was gone. I'm talking about like we heard from him when we was younger. I want to say like early 20s, teenage. We was hanging out. Then all of a sudden, he was just gone. He was just out of the fold. And come to find out, he had got with this chick, and I guess he put the time in to make whatever, and go have that experience. Because a lot of us coming from our teenage years had a bad experience with a chick. So he must have thought he had that one. I mean, they still together today. So, you know, like
Mm,
got kids, blessings and everything. So, but then one day he called. You know what I mean? He was
yeah.
like, "What up, though?" And I'm just like, "Oh, that boy Neil." And it's like, my bad, man. I've been a bad friend and this and that. Like, but you ain't gotta. As a man, you don't have to apologize because all of us have gone our separate ways, one time or another. I had other friends like move to Atlanta, uh,
An
and
apology is just good
you
humility. That's
could
all.
you could
I
keep
hate
in touch,
apology.
but that's to each their own. My boy
Comfortable.
Dave, he had moved to Tennessee and then to Florida, but he stayed in touch. You know what I mean? So but we still also had a lot of time where we wasn't talking like that, like around birthdays, around, oh, I'm about to come back to the city for the weekend type of thing. You know what I mean? It was that
Hmm.
type of thing. Like when we touched base or when they came, uh, they would have a spot and I pull up, and usually everybody there, like a lot of the old friends, some of his family, that's cool, that type of thing. So it wasn't, I don't know, that don't fall in the ghosting category.
Hmm.
It's really just a decision. Either people really rock with you or they don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm thinking like, could it be something
I got ghosted.
nefarious in behind this though?
I got ghosted by some friends who, and they shall remain nameless too. Because me and
I
you
wouldn't
talk,
say
but
it's with me and my friends. I don't think I wouldn't say it's ghosting. It's more like you said, the
no,
ebbs of life.
that one is ghosting because I haven't talked to them since 2018, 2017,
Yeah,
and
I
just now finally kind of because I've been going into the having conversations with you, growing me up and all of this,
Ah,
growing me up, calling me out, and then me
ah.
just getting back to my alignment with God too, though. Like,
Pay attention
you
to
know,
it.
I'm finally getting around to being able to let that go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
No matter what lens I look through it through, like, oh, that's because that person such and such and such and such, or this person thought such and such and such and such. Like, but at the same time, it's like I just got to deal with it because I can speak on how many angles I see it from, especially just
Mm-hmm.
what was happening, being led up to it, like you know, getting lied on and stuff like that. Um, them taking things the wrong way, like saying I was trying to do this and that, or whatever, or maybe when I said when I brought another friend into the situation, like, oh well, if this was such and such, it wouldn't have been no problem. Like, it's a lot of levels of offense people take, and sometimes they just don't. Instead of talking it out like men, like you're supposed to, because this is involving men, then they just cut me off. And
Yeah.
I did call a couple times, and they hit me with the, oh yeah, this that, call you back. Oh yeah, this that, call you back. Never called me
Okay.
back.
Well, I mean, aside from uh your personal friendships, maybe you're just a trash friend. No, I'm joking.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
You're
I'm
trash.
the, I'm the
No, I'm just
bag of trash.
a bag of trash. But no, I'm thinking that this trend that's going around, I think what if it's something more nefarious and behind it? Like, what if these guys are, saying all the right things and getting, everything all good and mushied up and all that stuff,
Good.
rom-comish.
What you got?
And then
Oh, you getting back to
they're
the
telling
yeah.
these girls, I'm gonna meet you up at the Walmart so we can meet up and
Hold
go
on.
have some drinks. And next thing you know, they're getting kidnapped. They're getting raped.
Oh, that's crazy. That
Like
sounds crazy.
it's just something's just weird about it. It's going on. Something really weird in my mind is just something's just weird about it. Like you don't sit on the phone or text
Happy
somebody
holidays. Have a good one.
or over social media for weeks getting to know these persons, talking to them day in and day out, learning about,
Mhm.
what they do for a living, how they, what things do they like, what kind of date you want to go on and da da da. And then the day of, the hour before, you just disappear? Doesn't that
I don't
seem
know.
weird?
I mean, yeah, yeah, it do.
That just seems really
Especially you,
weird to me.
especially you to set a date up and all of that. Yeah, that's kind of childish for real.
It
That's
is
like
very
basically
immature.
that sounds like another trend though. Like that at least women been saying. Like, I'm not one of these type of dudes, but apparently a lot of women be feeling like men be trying to humble them, which I don't understand either. Like,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like, I can't say that I've tried to humble a woman. You know what I mean? That's not my thing. So
I don't
maybe
think you
they,
could though.
they just
Men
riding a
couldn't do
wave
it. Men
of
couldn't do
what's
it.
going on. They
Men couldn't
riding a
do it.
wave and they thinking that
I couldn't
oh,
do it.
because that's a trend too. That's a trend, the humbling thing. So
Y'all
they
couldn't do
probably
that.
thinking that that's okay because it's popular.
The only way that y'all can do that in a sense is what y'all been doing for eons of years is hit it and quit it.
I mean,
That's y'all been doing that since the dawn of days.
y'all all right? Y'all all right?
That's the only way that could be done in a man's way.
You
However,
can, but I would recommend going up there because they
I
want
don't
people to show
know.
their ID, or it might come back after
You
3 weeks.
might want to mute yourself if you're talking to a customer,
Y'all
bro.
take it easy. Go ahead. My bad. I'm working.
He conducting business on the mic, y'all.
Yeah, no, but go ahead. What you said last?
Put them dime backs back in your pocket.
You said that they basically already been like that, but that's not true.
I said
People is
they've been doing that for eons of years. Eons and eons of years. Been hitting it and quitting it. That's just the gist of a man humbling a woman. That's the gist of it. In the
I mean,
reverse,
well,
different situation.
I
It's
wouldn't
a
consider it that.
Of course you
I
wouldn't,
wouldn't
because
consider that.
why?
I wouldn't consider
'Cause
that
you're a
humbling
man.
because uh, I mean no, that ain't why.
Yeah, that's
Don't
why.
don't put me. Don't just shove
That's
me
why.
off into that box. Let me give
So
you
you're
an
not a
example
male?
why.
Are you a
Yeah,
they?
I am. No, I'm saying don't put me in you a man, so you do that box. Don't do that to
I
me.
didn't say that you do that. I said that you are a guy. That's why you don't
I
agree.
mean, but I've done that, so I can't really. I mean, I could speak to it, but
Okay, so I'm saying been done by
as
y'all
far as
eons years.
the hit it and quit it portion of it, I've done that.
It's
Not I ain't
it's
I ain't
not
gonna try to
something
say it
new.
like I'm proud of it or something.
It's not something new.
No, it's not
And women trying to do it is just it's just them trying to show their worth.
masculine.
We used to call it having some kind of power. There's power in the something, but we're not gonna say that on this
Oh,
at
yeah, we
all.
know. Power in the cat,
And
whatever.
that's been on for eons of years. But a lot of women lost their worth. A lot of women lost their savoir flair. They're not keeping anything to the imagination anymore.
No,
It's it's really a aggressive type of society that we live in, male and female. We were talking
and
earlier
when you
about the creepy men in the world. There's this man going around sniffing women's behinds and getting arrested for it and then
crazy,
going right back and doing it again.
which is
Like
crazy. That dude is something wrong with him mentally.
it is, has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be. Because that's just weird.
What
And
you
it's
want to smell somebody butt for? Come here, let me smell that potential
that
fart doo doo broccoli
derriere,
perfume that you powder that you got on. Like, come on,
that
fam.
butt
What are
fume.
you even doing that for?
Let me smell
You
that
only do that to
butt.
you do that to little babies just to see if they
Little
need their diaper
babies.
changed.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
True. Okay.
like
Come on,
yeah,
man.
or you just bring them to you, and then you pull the diaper and see if they use the bathroom in the diaper.
There's a lot of indecency going on. And I think
I mean, it,
ghosting people on the hour of your date is an indecency. And if this is your trend, if this is what you like doing, this is what you
oh,
plan on doing for
that
your entertainment or your clicks and views, and you want to videotape her crying in the car while you watch behind laughing and giggling, you are a piece of trash.
see, but
You are
that's what I wanted to
of
ask you too.
trash. You
Shot.
probably think that you're very unattractive and you're not very confident, but over the phone,
Shot.
you are, yes. I was in a
Hold
thought.
on, before go ahead, go off.
I can't believe you just interrupted my thought like that. How dare you?
No, because I was about to add something to that. Go ahead.
Well, let me finish and then you can add, sir, if you will. Now, my thought has completely just dropped off the wall because Michael needed to interject, of course, as per
Oh
you.
no, I wasn't gonna interject. I was just
You
gonna
did
say
interject. You're talking about, Jock, yeah, Jock,
no. I was
oh,
about
never
to
mind.
add to it. I was about to add to it.
Well, you should wait till the ladies finish.
Go,
Acquiesce. You know it well.
go. Oh my God! Don't bring up my favorite word.
Okay, so I'm saying if this is the thing that you feel like is gonna get you some props with your boys, or you think that you're unattractive or you're not confident outside your phone, these thoughts that your intrusive thoughts are taking over and making you do these things, that's garbage. You
Right.
cannot make somebody happy if you're not happy with yourself. You cannot be what you want to have in your life if you cannot be it. So if you can't be decent, you can't be selfless, if you can't be confident, then you need to work on these things and not take it out on somebody else. Not make them feel what you feel yourself. Don't do that. But rethink it, rework it, reread it, re it. Don't don't keep this trend going because you're not doing anything but hurting yourself more. You might be hurting the people that you're ghosting, but you're hurting yourself more because all it's making you feel like the ghost after ghost after ghost is gonna make you feel more like, well, dang, how am I ever gonna be myself? Because I become this person that's a dirtbag. Now I'm done.
Ooh,
Dirtbag
ooh,
boys
dirtbag.
and dirtbag women. If there's women out there that's doing the same thing, dirtball.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, it is. But
I haven't heard any yet though. I haven't seen not one video of a man talk about, man, she ghosted
what
me.
what what dude is gonna do that?
I
Because you
mean,
know what that's gonna turn into? That's gonna make him popular in the wrong way. Because some girls gonna start reposting him. Look at this up here crying. You be a man, and you know how that's gonna flip.
I mean, he don't always have to put his face on the docket.
No, don't do that at all.
It's all
Don't.
right to
The
cry.
way we was raised,
He gets the
at least
mad
my generation,
raindrops
don't.
from
You know what
your
I mean?
eyes.
You ain't
It
supposed to be
might
doing all
make
that.
you feel better. It's all
But
right.
my question to you is,
Oh, the
how old was the person that you were seeing, that you were watching?
feelings are such real things, and they change and change and
You
change.
hear me?
I'm
What?
over here tickling myself. What'd you say?
Yes, you are. I said, how old was the person that ghosted?
She is 23.
That's why. You ain't even got to finish. See what? See, they super young,
I
so
think
of
she's
course.
23. The girl in the video kind of looked at that age as well. So what does that make the
Yeah,
difference?
because that's day wave. That's that wave. That generation. That's day wave. That's why they come off as more emotionless and quicker to that's popular to them. Like, oh, I mean, just listen to the music. Listen to some of the music from over the years. Oh, I dropped that like a bad habit. You know what I mean? Like they actually glorified like cutting somebody off. They glorify that. They don't honor relationships the way that we did, back then. And we arguably we
I
could
think
say,
you're
we
right
were
about
different,
that.
and we are also coming from a time where our parents was dealing with just struggles. Even you know what I mean? Like I mean, need I bring up slavery and all of that? You know what I'm saying? So we were just different as a society for one, and then yeah, it's just they are more able to be influenced at that age, and whatever they hear, whatever they see, they think it's cool. Everybody think it's cool because they group think a lot. What this person think is cool, they all got to think it's cool instead of thinking for themselves. So that's their thing. Like that's their way.
Hmm.
Yep. What's good, bro?
Yep. I think that they value more attention, either negative or positive attention, through social media trends and likes and followers rather than very in-person relationships, like
Mm,
homegrown relationships that you grow from nothing into something. Like you're
right.
not just gonna be like a mailman that's walking down the street saying, "Hey, Miss Lady, how are you? You looking nice today." Okay, yeah, my name is Mike. Da, da, da. They're
Yeah.
not doing
Okay.
stuff like that. They doing stuff like, I'm gonna like her on Instagram, and I'm gonna
Oh
start
yeah, yeah. They do. They
pictures.
do.
I'm gonna
They do.
start, sending messages every so often, and
Or they'll figure her name out, and then or
yeah,
they
it's
hell they
all
don't. It's
weird like that.
Yeah, because I didn't encounter that even in some of the women that I've dated. That
Of
was
course you have, Michael.
maybe like, huh?
Of course you have.
No, I mean where they be like, what's your Instagram or something like that, instead of just giving me the phone number straight up. And the
Wow.
women's excuse for that is they want to do a background check.
Okay. All
You all
right.
right?
I mean, I could have a fake Instagram account. What you mean? It could be me of all me
Uh,
just smiling, tooth by tooth.
I mean,
you
it could, but
know,
most people.
what you have online is not your personality. It's not your person. It's not your who you is.
No, but
It's
that's how people take it.
you. Whoever you want to be is on your Instagram. It's not really you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
It's
not even
what
just
you
thinking
perceive.
Instagram either. Like Facebook too. Like they be wanting to
All
know
that.
who,
All that. These
what's
social
what.
media personas are not real. Not,
I mean,
I'll
but
say a
some
majority
of
of
them
them is
are.
not real. Majority of them
Some
is
of
not.
them are. Like some women have discovered that the men that they talking to or that showed interest in them, once they get their social media, like, oh, he got a girlfriend or a wife, so they do that. I've heard women and literally like recently, like within the last 3 years, say, oh yeah, I do background checks, like, and there's ways to actually do background checks on people. It's
I
a
mean,
way, and if they're not doing it through social media, they doing it like for real, like trying to see what type of history you got. Man, I had chicks tell me all that type of stuff. Like make sure they be looking up to make sure people not predators and sex offenders, all types of stuff.
hmm.
So I give the women a pass somewhat when it comes to the whole, you know, doing all that federal acting like a damn fed. You know what I mean? Because
Hey,
you
we
don't
got
want
a
to end
woman
up with
doing
no,
this.
yeah,
Every
you don't
woman
want to
has
end
a
up,
business.
you don't want to end up with
Uh-huh.
no dude that's like trying to throw hands or that you can't bring around your daughter type of thing. So yeah,
Hmm.
but the ghosting thing, I don't. Like I said, I got my stories of me ghosting, but it was really only one person, and it was for a reason. It was because I didn't get shown up for at a moment where some people felt like I could have died from that accident that I had. So yeah, and then you know, but that don't that, I wouldn't count that per se.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because it was for a reason. You know what I mean?
Right, dig and
But I
word.
but I did go quiet
Right, dig
for a
and
whole month.
word. I mean, I just thought of a whole situation.
Hmm.
Like, like, this is kind of off topic, but not. It's a difference between men and women and many
Hmm.
facets. But as
Hmm.
far as pay goes, if you pay a man $1,000 for a week of work and you pay a woman $300 for a week of work and they do
Hmm.
the exact same job, what outcome is it going to be? The woman is going to work more because she has to make more money to take care of what she needs to take care of. And the guys can work the same. But if they do work more, they'll gain more money, of course. They're already making $1,000. But the $300 that the women are making, they have to be more. They have to be more polarizing. They have to be more of a indispensable employee.
You welcome.
Ain't that weird?
Um, I mean, it's weird, but I can't speak to that because I'm in this system too. Where as a
Why you
minority,
can't speak to it on it?
I'm potentially not even gonna get a job because of my skin color. You know what I mean?
Well,
So I
yeah,
mean, I understand like being held up or withheld because of your your color or your sex. Like, but no, I don't like it. And yeah, I think it's weird, but it's just
it
got
is
to do
a little
with
bit
where we
weird.
stay.
Like I know this
It's
is
got to
kind
do.
of off topic, but like it's like women have to do so much more to make just as much, and that's crazy to me. Like if
In
we're doing
certain,
the
in some
exact
places,
same job, why can't we
in
get
some places.
paid the exact same money?
It depends
On what?
because some jobs are equal. Like my job
What
is
is it?
equal. You're not
So
you're
does it
not
depend
gonna
on the
get paid.
job? Well, say that
I'm
you're a
thinking
janitor. Let's say you're a janitor at a high school, and you make a
I
thousand dollars a
was
week,
I
and
was
there's
gonna say more so in
a
the
female.
executive field.
Well,
No, I'm
I'm
saying
just
in
use janitor. I'm gonna just use janitor. You're a janitor. You make $1,000 a week. You do whatever the janitors need to be done. There's a female that works at another high school, does the exact same thing you do, but she's making $300. What's the difference?
I mean you already know.
She's doing the same thing that you're doing, and she's
I
probably doing
mean, but
more because she's trying to get that promotion. She's trying to get that head janitor job so she can make at least $700 a month or a week.
yeah, but you know how this system is. You know how the system's set up. I can't answer that
I
for you.
know, but I mean, I just want you to use your imagination. Man, we talked about this, Mike. You gotta use your
I
imagination.
mean you I mean
Use your
that's just
imagination.
what it is. Honestly.
Put your thought into it. You may not be able to put yourself in the shoes of a female, but you can think about the women in
Oh,
your life. You can think about the women that have raised you, the women that you've seen, the women that have taught you, the women that have
I
schooled
mean,
you, women that have
okay, so
developed you, and you
I
can
have
think
this one
about their
friend.
struggle
She
and how they
I got
do,
this
how
I got this
fast
one
they.
friend.
Okay, well, go ahead, Mike.
She 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 stay in Kentucky. Um and this was some years ago. This is like I don't know, 3, 4 years ago. But she was going back to graduate school to get some more I forgot what she was getting up under her, but she was getting some more, credentials for sure. And she was also having like diversity and inclusion class. And it was huge for her to have that at the time because of something that the job required. But come to find out, the role that she was trying to get within the company, they ended up even after she graduated, they ended up giving that role to somebody else, Yes, skin color became involved, and come to find out, the stuff that she had to do, like it's her job title and her role, she had so many more roles. She had some of the roles from the other position as well. And they was just saying in order for her to have a title, she got to have this, that, and the third up under her. She got it, and then she knew what the salary was for that role, because it was just a flat out, oh yeah, this role is paying this much. Come to find out, they paying the other girl more money, and they also got her as basically like the description of the job after she got it. They was putting stuff on there that wasn't her role, so she quit the job.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I was just putting that out there because that's dealing with a woman to woman thing. 'Cause we already know the story, man to woman. Like just
But
America.
that's
That's just how
what
America is.
a lot of people out there in earshot may not know. That's why it's a discussion. They may not know the man, the
I mean,
woman.
but it's history though. It's history.
Yeah, exactly. And with kids these days, they don't want to know history. My nephew the other day told me, no, this was yesterday, told me he didn't want to put his hands on anything that was old.
He didn't want to put his hands on who.
Old stuff. He said it makes him cringe. Like an old picture
Wow.
frame. I
Yeah.
was like, what? He was like, I don't know, it just makes me feel like, ugh, it just feels weird. I was like,
Putting
what?
the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, I was like that. I said it's vintage. He was like, no, it's cringy. And I'm like, kids are weird these days.
I
There's a lot of
mean,
kids
but
that
they.
don't want to listen, hear about what happened back in 10 years ago, 15 years ago. They don't want to hear about that. So reiterating it in this podcast will help them, help educate them, or help them spark something in their minds to even do some research to learn about the history of what we've gone through and what these things are doing. Like women just started being able to vote in 1950.
Exactly.
Like that was only 70 years ago. They just started to be able to. Um, they just turned up the age of buying alcohol and cigarettes to 21. I mean, back when I was 18 years old, I was an adult.
Yeah.
Now they're changing the age of adulthood. Like weird,
Yeah. They trying to turn it down to like 16 or something like that.
weird. That's weird.
And we know why. We know why though.
It's because of
That ain't
creeps.
got nothing to do. It ain't got nothing to do with you. It
It's a
ain't got
creep.
nothing to do with me. It ain't got nothing to do with our community. It got to do with them people that's basically pedophiles.
The creeps.
PDFs. Yeah.
The creeps.
I'll stop there.
And all
I'll
these
stop there.
creeps.
This is only for educational purposes, and that was just a lie.
I mean, I'm EPZ and I support this message. Get out. Get out of your mind. I mean, it's just like people don't want to, this generation doesn't want to think. They don't want to think
No, of course
outside
not.
their own nose about things that don't affect them. Until it affects
Of
them,
course
then they're
not.
like, wait a minute. And
Right, and then
that's
they,
not okay. As
yeah,
a kid, when I was a kid, everything around us affected us. Tupac being killed, Aaliyah
yeah,
being
yep.
down
Rest
in
in
the
peace,
fire,
Aaliyah.
about
Today was a good
John
day.
Benet Ramsey being kidnapped, about the little kid that got stuck in the drainage pole. Everything. We were touched by everything that was going on.
Oh yeah, most
Ebola
definitely.
breaking out. The dang the H1N1, the Charles Manson, the stuff that happened in Waco, Texas. That all that stuff, didn't matter where you were, it touched you. It hit you, it poked you, it did something to you to affected you in the way and the trajectory of your life. These kids don't want that. They live in this bubble of where, don't touch my bubble, don't knock me off my square.
I mean, but you know why? You know
Because
why?
they can be all on social media and feel like they can hear everything, but they're not hearing actual
And
people.
not just that, not
Hearing
just that
a
either.
propaganda. They're hearing
It's not.
a made up and a paid sponsorship. They're not hearing real actual people's thoughts. Like you're not thoughts. You want to say, oh, well, they know all about this. They probably don't. They probably don't.
I mean, you
It's not
just
my job to
you said
educate you, but it is my job to be able to educate you. Not just in the what you don't know, because I don't know what you don't know. But I am gonna speak on what I find is weird, and I think is just just weird. I've
disturbing.
been saying weird a lot. I need to find it. I need a thesaurus. I need another word for weird, because things have just been real
Yeah, that's
weird.
that's actually something I was gonna bring up. Not at the source, but I was just gonna say, saying what you're saying about the kids, like they are thrown a brand new tablet in their face when they like 1 or 2 years old, just for a
Exactly.
distraction.
A
That's
shut
why a lot
upper.
of them.
I
That's
call it a
why a
shut
lot of
upper.
them aren't. Yeah, I mean, maybe, but that's why a lot of them are not academically sound no more. Instead of playing
Right.
sports or being
Right.
involved in whatever club or you know how it was when we was coming up, they had all types of stuff.
They dumbing things down so they don't take
Yeah,
power to authority. They don't take
they dumb it.
authority so they can't change the things that they need changed.
Yeah,
If you don't give people the education to make change, they can't change. How can they? They don't know how to go about doing so. And most people do not go outside their wheelhouse. So if you dumb all the kids down and just make them look at this one device over and over again, get their news from it, get their weather from it, get their grades from it, get their understanding from it, they're gonna rely on just that thing. So when you want them to know something that ain't true, that ain't right, you put it on there.
right.
You put it on there. A
Of
lot of
course.
this generation are just think they plugged in like to the pulse of the world, but you're not, bruh. You
No,
plugged
they just plugged up to the matrix.
matrix for sure.
Yeah,
You're not
we
really
know
paying
that.
attention to things
They
outside
just
your
they just
nose.
don't know that
They
until they get
don't know
older
that.
and they learn. You know what I mean? Because they gonna have to learn. They
By
gonna
then
get hit in the
it's too
face.
late. By then it's too late.
I mean,
By then it's
it
too
is
late.
what it is though. That's just the trajectory of their life.
Unless you've been
You know how they
affected
say
by these
you live and
phones,
you learn. You'll learn when you get older. That applies to them too.
it's not gonna affect you in the way that it's gonna affect people in Generation X. Generation X, we feel everything,
Yeah,
and
but that's because
it's
we on both
just
sides.
facts. It's just
We on both
facts.
sides. Like
We see all sides. But
I
look,
grew
y'all.
up building. Oh,
Go ahead. What you gonna say?
bless, sure,
Block, block,
bless,
block, block,
sure. What up, though?
block, block.
You good?
Hey, thanks for joining
Yeah, go ahead.
this episode, y'all.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can go high, sometimes we can go low, but we always gonna be leveled out. Trust and believe that. So hit us with a comment, subscribe, a like, a share. Show us some love. We just trying to get some things out there and share our thoughts on what we learned today. So what you learned today, Mike?
Um,
A little
that
bit of
ghosting
everything.
isn't that ghosting isn't cool. That there's crazy people out here sniffing, but
Yeah, it is.
um, we call that demented. And
Unplug yourself.
yeah, now
It's
kids
the
need to
thought
have they need to
Unplug
have that
people.
technology. Yeah, they need to take that. We need to take the technology from our youth and make them, just be more hands on. Like, throw a
Build
notebook at them,
character.
throw a coloring book at them. Like while they're young,
Build
young.
integrity. Build
Don't just give them a
humility.
tablet or something like that. Like just actually
Build
give them the things
grace. Build
that you may have
forgiveness.
been raised on.
For
You know
sure.
what I mean?
And then we're gonna leave with that. Thanks for joining me, Mike. Appreciate you.
So
And we out, y'all. One ton of mana.